Hello everyone and welcome to day 3 of our challenge. Today we're doing lower body sculpts. Make sure to read the description below and let's jump straight into it. All right, let's start with the warm-up. Placing your feet hip width apart, a little bend through the knees. Let's roll those shoulders up to the ears. Circle down. Take a nice deep breath. Grounding down through the soles of the feet, growing tall through the crown of the head. 4 more. 3. Good, 2 more. Last one. Now inhale, arms reach to the sky. Exhale, swing. Reach it tall, big stretch and let it go. 2 more. Release. Last one. And release. All right, coming back up. Lower your arms back down beside the body. Roll your spine down. Just hang down here for a second whilst we stretch one leg after the other. Pressing your heels into the mat. Relax your head or maybe shake it out here if it feels good. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now from here, we're gonna bend both knees. Keep your heels on the mat. So send your hips behind you, right? The weight is in the heels. Now bending the knees, we're coming up. We go stretch, bend. Fingertips can be on the ground or alternatively on the hips. Stretch it out. Waking up through the legs a little bit to warm up through the hamstrings, the quads, the knees, the ankles. Let's go 4 more. In 4. We got 3. We got 2. We got 1. All right, from here, roll up through the spine, coming all the way up to standing. Nice work. All right, I'm gonna grab my stretch band, place it around the legs. And then we're gonna get started with our first exercise. All right, we're gonna step the feet a little bit wider than the hips, the toes coming a little bit outwards here. We sink down into our squat. We have our hands in front of us or maybe on the hips or to the side, up to you. Just making sure that the weight is in the heels, you're really sending your hips backwards, making sure you could lift your toes if you wanted to. Yeah, so we have the right form here. We're gonna come up slowly and then we sit back down. We lift for 2 and lower for 2. I'm turning up the volume a little bit. Let's go. Up for 2. Down for 2. Nice. Use this slow movement to find your maximum, right? So going as low as you can without rounding through the lower back, without collapsing through the knees. So make sure we're pushing into the band, especially on the way down, so that the knees don't collapse inwards. Down for 2. Let's go. Up. Nice deep breaths. Last one here. We're gonna take it halfway up. Ready? We go halfway up, down. Good, we have that tension on the legs here. Grounding down through the heels. Remember the weight is in the heels, so we should be able to lift the toes. 8 more here. Let's go. 8. Fire for your quads. We're working also glute max and hamstrings. 4 more. In 4, we try to keep moving. We try to stay low. If you need to stretch out your legs though, just do it. Last one here. We drop it down. Now from here, 1 time, push your knees into the bend. 1 time, drop your hips down into a pulse. Ready? We go. Push, pulse. We keep it small. Fire starting to build up. Make sure you have that engagement through your abdominal muscles, that little lift through the navel. We want to zip up through the rib cage. Stay with me for 4 more, and then we got 1 more change. 3, 2. Last one. Now just pulse the hips. We go down, down. Maybe your arms are reaching forward. Energy up and over through the fingertips. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5. Last 4. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stretch your legs. Step your feet a little closer. Maybe give your legs a little shake. Whew. All right, muscles are warmed up. All right, let's step towards one side of the mat. And then from here, coming into our lunges, we're gonna step left leg to the back, bend your knees. We're gonna lean forward a little bit here, yeah? So your hips are gonna push back a little bit again, and then the upper body is leaning over the front leg. Hands can be wherever they need to be. We're gonna stretch the legs. Up for 2. Down for 2. You want to make sure that front knee never goes past the front ankle. So you want to keep that front knee above the ankle. So the hips need to go back. The weight is in that front heel, not the toes. Let's go a little bit quicker up and down. We go up, down. And we stretch and lower. We're pressing down through the back ball of the foot, through the front heel. Let's go. We lift, we lower, we lift. We have 4 more times. We go 4, we go for 3, we go 2, we go 1. Hold it down. Little combo. We're gonna take 1 pulse, drop the back knee down. 1 time squeeze back heel to your glute. So we got 1 pulse, 1 heel. Drop down. Heel squeezes to your glute. Drop. We try to lean forward as little as possible, right? We try as much as we can to keep that front leg in the same position whilst pulling our heel to the glute. Let's go. 2 more times. And we stick to a similar movement, but a little bit different rhythm. Let's go. Whew, we got 3 pulses. We go 3, 2, 1, and pull. 3, 2, 1, and pull. Squeezing your heel to your glute. Working into that back glute max. Let's go 2 more times. And then last change. Ready? 3, 2, 1. We're pulsing it out. Just pulse down, down. Maybe those arms reach forward again. Careful not to open through the rib cage. Keep the core connection. Last 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step it up. Shake it out. Little victory dance. It feels good. All right, last round here, standing up. We do the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna face the same direction, just stepping my opposite leg back. Last one, standing up, and then we're coming down to the mat, okay? Step your feet away from each other, bend your knees. I'm sliding my band a little bit more down. Come into position, hips back, upper body leaning forward. Your front knee above the front ankle. Slowly, let's go. Up and sink back down. All right, same thing here. To the other side. Down for 2. Up for 2. Keep breathing nice and deeply here. Don't hold your breath. Use it. We come up and down. 2 more slowly, and we pick up the pace. Down for 2. Last one here, a little bit quicker. Up and down. Ready? We go up, down, up. Upper body stays leaning forward a little bit, right? Let's go 4 more. 4. We change in 3, 2, and 1. From here, 1 pulse, 1 heel to glute. Drop it down, pull it in, down. Nice, remembering not to lean forward too much, as little as possible. Drop it down, squeeze. Drop it down, squeeze. We have 2 more times, and then we take that different rhythm, right? Those 3 little pulses and then 1 squeeze. Last one. All right, let's go. Pulse it out for 3, 2, 1, and squeeze. Trying to keep those hips super low. I know we can feel that front leg right at the back. Glute max and hamstring. Pull it up. Let's go 2 more times. Pull down for 3 and 2. Lift up. Last one. We're gonna pulse it out. Last round. Let's go. Pulse it out. Maybe those arms are gonna reach back over the head. Down, down. Take a deep breath. Last 8. You can do it. We got 8, 7, 6. Drop those hips for 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Ooh, oh, that feels lovely. All right, take off your stretch band. Shake out your legs. Let's step towards the back of the mat. Step your feet hip width. Roll down the spine. Let's walk out the hands here to find a downward facing dog. Triangle pose. Hips are up high. Hands are pressing down, spreading all tension. Pedal out through the feet. A nice stretch here for the backs of the legs. Well done, everyone. All right, now drop your knees down for a moment. Untuck your toes. Sit your hips to your heels. Stretch it out for a second. Taking a nice deep breath here. And then walking the hands back up to the body. Let's come seated down. All right, we're moving on. We're coming down onto our side. Let's come down to our left elbow. Working into the side glute here a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna take the right leg out in line with the spine. Left leg come in front of you. Make sure you're not sinking down here. Press your elbow into the mat to lift the side of the body. Your shoulder stays away from your ear. Chest and hips are facing forward, not up to the ceiling. Yes. One hand can be either on the hip or you can place it in front of you for a little bit more support. Now lift up through that right leg, not taking it slightly forward, but really keeping it to the side in line with your hip and your spine. From here, little pulse. All right. Now, if we have this leg in the right position, we should not be able to lift that leg super high because we keep it straight in line with us. Little pulses. Let's go. 8, 7. If you need a little reset at any point, just take it, shake it out, and then you take it back. Last one, step it down. We go down, up, down. All the time keeping that connection to that side body rather than allowing it to drop down to the ground. Keep that lifted. The more we can keep that lifted, the more we're working into that side glute. 4, 3, 2, last one. From here, bend your knee, flex your foot, extend to point the toes again. So we go flex to pull in and point to extend. A little bit quicker, we go pull, extend, pull. Try to keep that leg lifted. Try to keep your thigh just as it is rather than sneaking it a little bit forward. Keep it to the side. Squeeze and extend. Only one more change. Stay with me. 4 more. 4, reach, 3, last change coming up. Extend, last one. Find those little kicks. A little bend in your knee and then stretch it out. Let's reach that arm over the head for those last 8. You ready? Lift up for 8, 7, ribs in. Last ones for 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Nice work. Come up to a seated position. Let's stretch it out to the side. Release other side. Stretch it out. Really reaching up and over so we get that stretch for the whole side body. All right, coming back to the center, we're going to lay down for a second exercise, and then we take that sequence on the other side of the body. Now let's lay down. Arms come beside the body. Both feet are not so far away from each other, also not so far away from the hips. Now first I want you to find your bridge position. If you feel a lot of tension on your quads, your feet need to come a little bit more forward. If you feel it way too much on the hamstrings, your feet need to come a little bit more back. You want to have your feet kind of underneath your knees. I know it's hard to see, but you can feel it, yeah? Your legs are going to pull a little bit towards the midline. Arms are pressing down. Your ribs are pulling down towards the ground. Now we take that same leg, that right leg, into a tabletop position. We point through the toes. We have that 90-degree bend. One time we tap the toes to the mat and lift back up. One time we lower the hips down to the mat and back up. A little bit quicker. We go tap, lift, lower. All right, we tap, lift, lower. Pressing down through that standing heel, squeezing into that standing glute, which means the leg that's on the floor, not the one that's moving. Tap, tap, and lower down. 2 more times. We go 1 tap, 1 lower. Last one, and we change. We're just gonna take those taps. Hold the position, tap, lift, tap, lift. Just to tap as much as you can, keeping your hips stable. If you need a little shake out, just do it. You come back when you're ready. We tap. If you can, keep moving with me. 4 more times. And then we're gonna keep the leg tapping. We're just going to add in our hip dip together, both legs. So we drop down, lift up, drop down, lift up. So both movements combining. If you need to or want to modify, you can come back to one of those previous exercises. We have only 4, 3, last change coming, 2, last one. Now extend that leg to the sky. We pulse. Can you point those toes? Press down through the arms. Push through that standing heel. Only 8. Ready? 8, 7. You can do it. 6. We got 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet come down. Lower your hips. Woo, shake out your legs, or it can be nice to draw your knees to your chest to release and stretch the lower back a little bit. Ooh, lovely. All right. Let's roll back up to that seated position. And let's do it again. Roll onto your other side. So this time you're Right elbow comes down on the mat. Left leg is in line with the spine. Opposite leg is in front of you. One hand on the ground or on the hip. Lift through that leg. Hold it there in line with your spine. We're gonna pulse it out. Little pulse, little pulse. We lift up. All right. Back at the start. Back to that side body. Side glute, but also the side of the thigh, super active. Side of the core, also very active, obliques muscles. Yeah? So keep that lift. 8, 7. Lengthening through the crown of the head in 4, 3. Let's tap it out. You got it. Tap. Tap. Length all the way to the tippy toes. 8. We go for 7. We go 6. You got this. 4 more. We're gonna bend and extend in 3, in 2, in 1. From here, bend your knee, flex your foot, extend to point. Ooh, we go bend. Make sure both hips are facing to the front. My hip was rolling back a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Pulling it back forward though. We pull it in. Now we're going a little bit quicker. Ready? We go pull, extend, pull. We have one more change. You can do it. Pull, extend. If your foot doesn't want to flex and point, don't worry. Just do whatever your foot wants to do. 2 more times. You got the last change. You ready? Finding those mini kicks. Maybe that arm is reaching over the head. Extend, extend, little bend, and then reach. We have only 8 more. Stay with me. We go 8, 7, 6. We go in 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Sit up. Stretch it out. Ooh, well done. Let's change sides. Opposite arm to reach up and over. And then reaching back to the center. Swing your legs around. All right, we're laying down on the mat. Placing your feet in that same position on the other side. Arms down, feet not too close together. Lift your hips. Lifting that same leg into tabletop. The leg that you've just been moving is coming up to tabletop 90 degree. 1 time we tap the toes down and lift back up. 1 time we lower the hips and lift back up. Let's go. We tap down, lower, tap, and lower. 1 and 1. With your hip bridges at any point, if you feel like you need less intensity, you can always take both feet down on the mat and just work from there. Obviously, you can't really do your taps there, but you can still lower the hips down and up. Let's go 2 more times. Down. Arms are active. Don't let them just hang out on the mat. Press it to the ground. Now only tapping. Let's go. We tap down. Good. Feeling that standing heel pushing into the mat. Energy down from the heel into the ground. Down. All right. Few more. We're going to keep the leg tapping. We're going to add our hip dip. Ready? Together we go. Down. Up. Down. So as your leg taps, the hips lower. As your leg lifts back up, hips lift. 4 more. You got shaky legs. 2 more. We're coming into that last change. You ready? Extend your leg to the sky. Little pulse, little pulse. It's never a bad thing to take a little break. Just do it. And then you come back. The more we practice, the stronger we get. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet down, hips down. Take whatever you need to take. Shake through the legs. Roll off the hips. All right, we have 1 last exercise and then we're done. All right, just rolling up to seated for a moment. To grab your stretch band, we place it back around the thighs. And then we lay back down. So we have 1 more round of hip bridges. This one is a little bit different. So first of all, we have both feet on the ground. That's the good news. Then we're gonna come into a position where we're also working a little bit the outer glutes. Yeah, so we're working glute max, hamstrings, and side glutes all together at once. And after that, it's done for today. We're just gonna take a few stretches and then that's it. All right, take the soles of your feet together, and then take the outer edges of your feet on the mat. Yeah, so as if you're making a prayer pose with your feet, and then place those outer edges down on the mat. So the knees are going to open wide, and then the hips are going to lift up towards the ceiling. Check in with your position here. Don't lift your chest and your ribs. Keep it down. It's just the lower body that wants to lift up. So one line from the hip to the shoulders. Yes, from the shoulders to the hips. All right. Find your maximum position wherever that is. Slowly lower the hips. Lower down and lift back up. Lower down and lift back up. We come down. As you come up, really feel that squeeze for the glutes. Lower. Lift. Let's go. Lower down. Lift up. Let's get it. Last little bit. Let's make it count. 2 more times slowly and up. Last one here. Good. A little bit quicker, but only halfway down. Halfway down. Squeeze it up. Halfway down. All this time, rib cage stays down. All this time, your tailbone is super long. As in, it's lengthening away from you rather than looking towards the ground. So we don't want to arch the spine. Let's go. 4 more. 4, 3. Good. We take a little combo. Ready? From here, lift up, hold it here. One time, push your legs into the band, then push your hips to the ceiling. Push your legs into the band and then lift up. So we push the legs out and lift, out, up. Keep it small. You're not moving a lot here because you are at your maximum position. It's small. The movement is small. Feeling probably big. Big burn. Push it out, push it up, out. You can do it. Only one more change is coming. Stay with me. We got 4 more. We got 4. Shake your legs. 3. We got 2. Now we're only going to push those legs into the band. Push it out. Push it out. Your challenges as much as you can. Keep those hips still. Keep the squeeze in the glutes here. Lift those hips as high as you can. Arms are active. Last one's coming. Double 8. Ready? 8. 7. Stay with me. 6. And 5. You're halfway there now. 4 more. Good. We got 3. We go 2, 2, 1, and release. Well done. Draw your knees to your chest. Release your stretch band to the side if you were using one, and then just release it beside you. All right. Let's take the soles of the feet together. Open through the knees. Take a moment here to lay down. Maybe your hands on your hips can feel nice, or maybe taking your hands on your chest and your stomach. Close your eyes if that feels good, and just take a moment here to do nothing at all, just to feel good, hopefully. Relax your shoulders, your chest, your neck. Take a nice deep breath. And one more deep breath here. Great. All right, then from here, placing your feet onto the ground. Grab your stretch band. If you're using it, we're going to place it around the arch of the foot. If you don't have a stretch band, interlace your fingers behind your hamstring, knee or calf, and just hold your stretch there. If you have your band, you can hold on to it, and you could even pull on it a little bit to deepen your stretch. Try to flex your upper foot. Sinking the upper body into the mat. Soften the shoulders, heavy chest. Back of the head heavy into the mat. Send your breath into the back of your leg. Stretching glute max, hamstring, calf. Push your heel to the ceiling. Draw your toes towards yourself to stretch even deeper into that calf muscle. Well done today, everyone. We are halfway through our challenge. I hope you're enjoying it so far. I definitely am. All right, let's release our stretch band or release your grip, and then cross your ankle over your thigh. So we're still working the same leg. And then we're going to pull the knees in towards the chest. Interlace your fingers either over your hamstring or over your shin. Relax into it. Soften the upper body. With every exhale, pulling the legs maybe a little bit closer to the chest. Even though you don't feel like they're getting any closer, it's still the the motion of those legs coming closer to you is going to deepen your stretch. No tension in the face, the neck. No holding of the breath, keep it flowing. All right, let's slowly release here, placing both feet onto the mat and then give them a nice shake, letting go of any tension. Let's come into the other side. We're going to take that opposite leg up in the air, either with your stretch band or interlacing your fingers behind the leg. Flex the top foot, sink your upper body into the ground, and start to take those nice deep breaths. Flex your top foot. Making sure you're not lifting your tailbone off the mat. You want to keep your tailbone heavy, so the spine is still long, whilst we have one leg up in the air, stretching a little bit more. All right, slowly releasing here, bend to the side, cross your ankle over your thigh. It could also be that you're feeling good enough just here without lifting your legs closer to you. That's perfectly fine. You could push your knee a little bit further away from you to deepen the stretch. Otherwise, interlacing your fingers over your shin or hamstring and then sinking into it. Relax your face. Unsqueeze your jaw. Unfrown your frown. Just breathing here. One more deep breath. Nice, and slowly release, placing both feet on the ground, shake it out. And then from there, we grab our hamstrings, we rock back and forth a few times here until we're coming up to a seated position. We're gonna stretch the legs forward, flex through the feet. As much as you can, we lengthen the legs, but if you feel like you need a little bend in your knees, please go ahead and go for it. We inhale to lengthen our arms to the sky. We exhale to hinge from the hips. We're reaching our chest towards our feet as far as we can, and then eventually we can fold forward here. Keep your feet flexed. Round your spine, let the head hang down. One more stretch for the back of the legs here. Good, then we roll up to a seated position. We're going to bend one leg and then place our heel close to our glutes. Your knee is pointing forward still in the same direction as your other leg. Now, if this hurts your knee, just taking a step back, sitting up forward, or just stretch your legs back out. If you want to, you can stay here. If you want a little bit more, you could take your hands behind you and lean back a little bit. Maybe take the elbows even back. Another option, if your knee hurts a little bit here, is to open your leg a little bit more to the side. Anyway, we're looking to stretch the hip flexor and the knee. Not the knee, sorry, the quad. The hip flexor and the quad. I know what it is, but my brain just went somewhere else. Anyway, let's take one more deep breath here. And then we're gently pushing ourselves back up, no rush here, take it easy, then unfolding your leg back towards the front, maybe giving it a little shake, and then take it to the other side. So we're going to place our heel towards the glute, knee is pointing forward, and then sitting up tall here, or coming slightly back. Again, if the knee hurts, either stretch your leg or open that bent knee a little bit further towards the side. And let's breathe here for a moment, all right? Feeling that stretch through the hips and the front of the leg, the quad. One more deep breath here. And then slowly getting out of this position, pushing into the hands, gently releasing the leg forward. Give it a nice shake. All right, and then from here, coming into a cross-legged pose. Hands come on either side of the body. Let's finish this class with a few rolls of the shoulders. Great, drop them down heavy. Inhale, arms reach to the sky, palms to touch. Exhale, lower your prayer in front of your chest. And that's it for today. I hope you had a great session. I hope you're feeling proud of yourself. And I'm looking forward to see you back here again tomorrow.